Welcome to Crashing Game Night. My name is Matt Diorio. Tonight, I am joined by the Beanied One, a supposed Dodger supporter that has a love of his mama.
Yes, I do.
Gerard Barrera.
How are you?
Mama.
What's going on, my nerds? How's it going? How are you? How you doing? Hello. Hi.
And
Howdy.
joining us
Howdy.
and joining us from the Arrow Flower Factory in Florida, Babyface the Owl.
Hey, dude, that's only going to be a thing now. Arrow flowers. It's only be a thing.
And
That thing was
and
cool.
lastly, we're joined by IKEA Boy.
Yeah. He's even got the
Lion's mane.
spokesperson. It's like the hand
Oh,
model.
great.
Jason
that's
Bolidia.
perfect.
That is
How's
too good.
it
That's too good of a
Going,
story.
guys.
You gotta tell
How's
that.
it going tonight? Welcome to the couch of my IKEA couch. I think it probably was uploaded from IKEA, but
That's
Probably.
funny.
you know,
To our
welcome.
listeners, we're going to pick on Jason a little bit tonight because we did have a
Yes.
comment by a YouTube viewer
An amazing comment.
that basically, let me read that comment.
Just throw it
I'm
out there.
Yeah, let's just throw it out there.
Throw
It
it out
is-
there.
It is by a listener by the name of Monica.
Mm.
We won't go there. Anyways, she asks, why do you all have the Crashing Game Night background and Jason looks like he's sitting in IKEA?
First of all,
That's
Not
one of
funny.
just
the
sitting
things
in
I miss,
IKEA. He's working
but-
IKEA.
but you know, like IKEA has some fun places to just chill and
No,
relax. I miss that. I
No,
miss
but it's
that.
fun.
You know,
But the couch is our thing. We
the
got-
couch is for our
It's
guests.
our-
You know,
come on.
They make them
Crash
feel
on the
welcome,
couch.
you know, like, hey,
Um,
crashing couch, you know, crashing game night. You know, where you
So-
gonna sit when you play them games?
Yep.
You're not gonna stand the whole time.
Exactly.
Oh my
Now
goodness.
she did go on to say Dodgers whoop whoop, so
Mm.
I got to take her down a couple of notches.
Ooh,
We
Love
still
you.
love Monica, though. We
I
love
love-
Monica.
love it.
I love your mom, Jerry, but
That was my mother. My mother
You
left
know.
that comment.
So good though.
What?
Hey, shout outs to-
I
shout
can
outs
I can
to-
only imagine. All you have the Crashing Game Night logo, but
you know,
Jason looks like
You
he's
know,
from
not
Jerry.
say
IKEA.
it that way.
He's
Next
from
week-
IKEA.
next weekend, you know, Jerry, you and I are going to get crap because
Oh yeah, she's
Jason doesn't have
gonna.
the logo.
Yeah, I'm gonna hear from. I'm gonna hear it.
We're going to get it. So,
That's why I'm having fun now. It's from IKEA.
Exactly.
He looks from
Right.
IKEA.
so
At the very
Maybe
least, when
Costco
next
website,
week
though.
while you're out there, definitely put it on your to-do list to force Jerry to at least show you the VHSs of Spice Boys.
right.
Oh, get
Yes,
him.
please.
Oh
Get
well,
'em.
well.
You said you
update
have
on that.
them.
Not only do I have them, they're already in the process. Thanks to Jason telling me about the whole like conversion.
Yeah.
I already have it done. It's been like 2 weeks. I just got a notification that it's already it's in the version of being processed. So it's
Yep.
in the
Yeah.
converting stage.
Okay.
So possibly another week or two,
Nice.
I will have them digitally, and they
Sweet.
will. I haven't forgotten. And
So
they will
speaking of digital, let's to let our fans know, we are having our likenesses animated.
That they are.
for a
Very
logo.
well. Very well.
I can't wait to see what Pierre. So we've had Jerry's buddy Pierre, a buddy of ours too,
my roommate.
who is amazing. He is a talented
He's
artist. He really
Yeah.
is.
Very talented. He's got some insane skills.
He
I
is
was really
animating.
impressed.
And I can't wait to everybody see that once
He
it's
certainly
revealed.
has a way of capturing, capturing the people he's drawing. It's
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I saw
pretty
I
good.
saw
It's
the
pretty
three of you
good.
guys. This is really good render. It's awesome.
I finally saw a mock-up of all of us, including Theo. Theo is almost.
I have
done.
not seen that yet.
It's
He needs to send
it's
it to
cool, dude. Bro,
Um,
it's
anyways,
cool.
so I know this has been kind of a stressful week, and we're gonna make this a little bit lighthearted for the listeners, for us. First and foremost, I want to thank those listeners that are around the world, especially Frank down in Australia and stuff that has reached out and wished us. Hopefully, things turn out the way they need to this week. yesterday, and well, for some of the listeners, Tuesday was our election day here in the States. This is probably this is the highest turnout in an election in my lifetime.
Mhm.
We have, one of the candidates, Biden, has now gotten the most popular votes in U.S. presidential history for an election.
Oh,
He is quickly approaching 74 million votes. They're going through tons of counts, and there's tons of lawsuits and stupid stuff going on right now. So it is making things a little bit stressful for us, because we do know this country is in a world of hurt. But thank you for those that have reached out, right? To just make sure that we are okay. And always we will support those around the world. We've got, there's issues like going over in Belarus, right, where they're trying to stand up against some of the same type of BS over there. So we will always support our listeners and their cause for justice. And this is a referendum on Black Lives Matter, on LGBTQ rights. And frankly, if you're listening to us and you don't agree with Black Lives Matter and you don't agree with LGBTQ rights, I don't know what to tell you, because we're going to keep going with it, because
We all have our opinions. All have our opinions.
Yep.
Everyone has their opinions. I have a trans brother, and I support him. I have family members that are bi. I support them. I will not support anybody that would hurt them in any way, shape, or form. So, but thank you for reaching out to us. We're going to try and keep this lighthearted, debate a little bit.
I always think that we support the kindness instead of the
yes,
hate. We support
absolutely.
the kindness.
Rise up, lift everybody up.
yep. I love you.
Not drugs.
This is also coming out to you guys. I love you, Xbox players. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating y'all. Just
Or to Jason, the AKA the FPS players.
Hey, no, I'm slowly being converted into one. But
Hey, Jason.
it's
Here's the thing: here's a little something for you. I saw this. This is for you. I saw this on Twitter. So for those that are watching it, you get to see this.
Yes.
For those listeners, found a tweet online today. It made me laugh. I mean,
this comes right to my heart.
I thought of Jason immediately when I saw it.
Oh my god!
It is a Twitter user tweeted out and said, "I wonder what it would take to overheat the Xbox Series X."
The Xbox fridge.
Which is
yes,
a perfectly good question, because it has yet to be done yet.
Yeah.
But the response to that was maybe an exclusive. Nobody's tried playing one of those on it.
Oh, so savage.
Dude,
we all know why that is. Because
see, and this is why. Like, I'm not hating you, Xbox players.
Here's the thing,
I'm hating Xbox.
I'm gonna kind of bring it up, and
oh man.
Let me bring up Andrea Renee's comments, which she hit it right on the head as far as what the Series X is really about right now.
Okay.
I'll share it out here in a
But
second.
still, like from last week, man, I'm still like kind of shocked and awed at the actual Xbox fridge, man. That thing is amazing.
Like the legit fridge.
Like legit,
the
like
legit fridge.
it looks amazing.
It's pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
And it is actually spacious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Let me.
I am kind of straight up.
I still like the reveal box. Like it was a legit Xbox Series X box.
Yeah, that was funny.
Which that's the thing, is like the box itself, like for the actual Series X, since you bring it up, right?
Yeah.
Which I don't get is everyone's loving on the fact it's such a pristine looking box, the way they package it on the inside. You get a little thank you note.
That they really personalized it.
Right. And they're ragging on PlayStation for their box for the PS5, which they removed the styrofoam and went with the eggshell cardboard.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a super thin cardboard box that the sleeve for it and everything.
They were eco-friendly.
It was very eco-friendly, because I didn't know is they joined the coalition for game designers to help minimize the carbon footprint.
Oh, The Green Initiative.
honestly,
And
it's a
now-
green initiative,
now
and
look
Sony
at-
was on board
Look
with
at
it.
an
And,
unboxing for the Series X and all that
Yeah.
cardboard that they're using.
and
So much.
well, and
So it's- I mean,
plastic,
so
so much
and
but
filler
really-
to hold it.
Yeah,
Yep.
but that's what I'm trying to make the point on the argument. It's all based on preference.
Yeah.
You know, they're both gonna knock on each other.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
and I don't. My point though is I don't understand why we're ragging on boxes.
Yeah, I
Right.
know.
I mean, it's
I
just
mean,
a box. It's lasting for what, less than a
Sure.
minute that you're gonna
Well, because
Well,
there
toss it
is that
aside
feeling
and you're
that,
gonna
like
load stuff
now
up.
now.
Uh-uh.
Well, I
My
kind of feel
cable
like
box
there's
is
that
a
that
PS4 box.
precedence where like new premium products now you have to have a premium like experience of opening. You know, like
No. Because like if people want to sell it on eBay, oh hey, I have an Xbox Series X box. You
That's
know,
true. Like
and
people were
you
selling
remember that
Last of
from
Us
like
boxes.
Yeah.
They still do it.
way back in the
I
day.
I remember that.
They're like, oh,
Yeah.
you just get the box, and it's like, oh, like I paid $300 for a literal box.
Oh, I don't recall that being a thing back in the
Oh,
day.
dude, that was
It's
that
still
was
is.
that was
back-
heavy
way back
on
in the day.
eBay. Heavy on eBay
Jeez,
when
okay.
like the
So real
rule
quick, though.
the rules were like in the gray area.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
a literal because they said exactly like this is the like PS3 box.
Yeah.
It literally said
Um,
PS3 box. They sold it for like $300.
Well, and I saw boxes for
a
like
box.
Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, all being sold for like $100. So, anyway, so
Oh,
real
wow.
quick on the Xbox Series X, Andrea and I put out our comments, which I think this is actually one of the most honest comments I've seen. Right? It points to the positive, points to the negatives, and overall. But she said her quick thoughts were, it's fast, it's easy to use, the graphics look great, which we should expect on all of that. But she said that it doesn't have that shiny new gear feel. The controller and the UI is a big part of that. And the controller is pretty much the Xbox One Pro controller, essentially, that they came out with. The
Mhm.
Elite.
Yeah.
But she said it seems like the generation leap is more akin to what we see with smartphones. Like she's comparing it the iPhone 10 to the iPhone 11. More powerful, faster, a couple of key feature improvements, but overall the same experience with a higher price tag.
Yep.
She's like, do you need it? No. Do you want it? Probably.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, you got 2 years to think about it. You know,
And that's the thing is that she pointed out, consumers are used to upgrading electronics semi-frequently, and Xbox
Yeah.
knows that they referred to it when the Xbox One was released. It's definitely powerful, but without a first-party game like Halo Infinite, there isn't a big showpiece for its power at launch.
Yeah,
So
Very true.
here's the thing, though. We know that they're keying in more on Game Pass, so I can understand them not having 2 years. And I think still Game Pass is a great idea for a lot of people.
Mhm.
But that being said, for less than the price of Game Pass, when PS5 launches, you have the PlayStation Plus collection of
I
20
mean, you have
some
to
odd
have
games,
the
that
PlayStation
are
Plus,
all amazing games.
membership already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not paying any extra. So some stuff that come out about PS5, and I want to kind of touch on that while we talk about what we're looking forward to at PS5 with it launching on Thursday. Because as we record, it is November 5th, so we are literally
7 days away.
A week, less than a week, because I'll have it in my hands come Thursday morning. Jerry will have it
Okay.
that morning as well. Jason's still hating on Jerry because Jerry didn't tell him the premieres were going on sale.
Yeah.
Break.
Don't worry,
But-
man. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not a big
Water on the bridge.
first.
It does-
Yeah,
it
I'm not a
does-
big first release kind of guy.
But I want to cover a couple of things. So first, Ubisoft. We talked about how Sony put out their list of 10 that wouldn't work, right? So Ubisoft puts out this list,
Ubi, what are you doing? What are you doing this time?
and according to them, none of these games on the list will play
Wow.
on PS5. So hold on, Syndicate, Chronicles Trilogy. So
What's the
Chronicles India, China,
Chronicles?
Russia, Risk. So basically, Assassin's Creed Chronicles was the side scrollers that they put out.
Okay.
That were
I
in
didn't
China,
even know they
Russia,
released any
Yeah,
of those.
that's new to me too.
Oh no, they did. It was very. I mean, honestly, if you don't know that they're there, either A,
Yeah.
you're not a diehard Assassin's Creed fan, or B, that tells you how well they did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Risk, Star Trek Bridge Crew, which is a VR game, Werewolves Within VR, and Space Junkies. Now,
I've literally heard of 2 of those games in the
so
entire list.
here's the thing: they releases an error, so they don't even know
Oh.
what the actual correct list is.
Oh God.
But none of these games appear on Sony's backwards compatibility list as far as not being able to play. So,
Okay.
Ubi, somebody needs to get a hold of your PR department and tell them to knock it off because they need.
And by the way, if you need to risk on a video game, just literally buy the board game. It is like $15.
Yeah.
$20 if you want to get.
I think
the
it's on
special
sale on the
editions.
Nintendo Switch eShop too.
Like just get
everything's on sale
Get
on
the board
eShop.
game.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
have a game night, get some chips, get some dip, throw back a few Mountain
Ooh.
Dew sodas, bam.
Yes.
Choice of chip for game night.
Yeah. What's my
What are we
chip?
rocking, Jason?
Chip of
What
choice?
are we rocking on that chip of choice?
Chip of choice? It depends. Okay, so like I've been all
give me
about
this Dude, don't give me this
No,
long-winded
It does.
answer.
It does
It
take.
does depend.
If
Kinda feel-
it's a dip
most of the
chip,
time,
if
yeah.
it's a dip chip, it changes. If it's a
It does change.
standalone,
I
totally
kind of
different.
feel like it depends on the dip.
It does
That's-
depend on the
that's how
dip.
you
That's
do
why
it.
I have to preface
Yeah.
I mean, it's
it.
not like
It
we're talking
depends.
about. It's not like we're talking about putting bacon in mac and cheese, right?
Sir.
Hey,
Oh,
it's a good choice though.
So
It's still a
choice.
good
Oh,
choice.
that's a good twist. That's a nice little twist.
Yeah.
But it's
get that
bacon
Add a
and
little,
chicken.
add a little protein
Salt-
to the mac and
A
cheese.
little salt to the cream, It's okay. But
Yeah.
for the chip, it is
Um,
the classic tortilla chip if there's a good dip. If there's not a good dip, then a solid like classic Ruffles.
Dude,
That's
just
it.
go Ruffles with French onion, and then you get a good
No,
dip.
see?
You get
No, but
you get
no.
Ruffles.
French onion, how dare you, sir? Ew.
See, I mix the French onion with the ranch. I mix both of them
What?
up.
Ew,
Oh,
ew.
it's tasty,
Double
bro.
ew.
Oh, it's tasty.
I've never
Half
heard
a
of
packet
this.
of French onion, half a packet of ranch, full normal size cup of
Are
sour
you like,
cream. Boom, it's good.
see, like it's guac,
So-
sour cream.
Thank mom for that recipe
Yeah.
because that was
God.
delish.
So what's not good is the fact is there's a business that was starting up that was going to do custom faceplates
Okay.
Yeah.
I felt bad for this company, man. They
and
like,
customize my plates.
They got
have
so
to
many
shut
orders
down.
too.
yeah,
I mean, so many people wanted these custom, and a lot of these are. I mean, I love this purple one with the
Yeah.
galaxy
Mhm.
design on it.
The
I love
nebula,
black.
yeah.
Yeah.
there was this dude. Their matte black one, their
So-
standard matte black one was sweet.
So they were called Plate Station 5, which, okay, right there, I can tell you right now, cease and desist order was going to happen.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
But they're having to change from custom plates to skins. And they had to remove all
Okay.
PS5 imagery. I mean, it's bad. So I feel bad for this company and anybody who pre-ordered from them. Hopefully, maybe the reason, I mean, Sony's going after them like this so much is that Sony's already got this planned in the works.
Right.
And
Oh,
probably
most
much
likely.
like, and probably like Nintendo has with Power A, licensing agreements with companies that are already going to produce them, that sort of thing.
yeah.
We know historically Sony's history with third-party accessories, especially back in the day when you had those memory cards for the PlayStation that you could switch the slots on.
oh yeah.
And there was a firmware that was buried inside the PlayStation that if they detected that, it would wipe your PlayStation and the memory card and brick it essentially. So, I feel bad for them. Hopefully things work out for them and maybe, down the road when if and when Sony does plates, they can be back on board with it and say, hey, we already have everything built out. So
Now these are like plates, like actual like.
you could slide.
So-
That's
the
what they were
PlayStation
going
you
to
can
be
actually
was actual
slide on.
plates.
So someone in the
Yeah.
company,
Slide on, okay.
someone in
They
the
were gonna
company
be 3D
got
printed
a
plates.
preview console, and so
Or
they,
something,
they
or knew
or
somebody,
something along the
or-
lines, yeah, or got the like molds of the actual plates. So those are supposed to replace the white plates.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like,
they,
Wow.
took, they
Because
took a,
I-
they took a 3D scanner and was going to do 3D printed plates.
yeah.
See, that's why I feel like that's why is because like you'd have to literally open up your PlayStation, remove
Yeah.
a lot of these components, and it's not like a computer where you can just like, okay, yeah, why not? Like this is you know, back in the day when
think-
the PS2 had that void if removed sticker, you
Yes.
know, like
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that is where PlayStation's going. Like, yo, like
Oh, I think we're
everyone's
going.
gonna
I think
have
we're
it.
going to get plates, and this is why they shut them down real quick.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I would agree. I would definitely see that happening.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I mean, because like
They
we
have-
said,
they
they
have
they
plans
had them
for
for PS4 and everything.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
they have
why
to have
not for
plans
these?
for it.
So, lastly, before we go in and kind of go what we're looking forward to the PS5, PlayStation is changing up how they're doing launch day ordering.
Oh,
So this isn't an article by Sid Schumann over on the PlayStation blog. And just read everybody the statement for those that aren't watching it on our YouTube channel is that it says, "Hi all, the launch of the PlayStation 5 console on November 12th or November 19th, depending on your region. Australia is November 19th, is almost upon us. In the interest of keeping our gamers, retailers, and staff safe amidst COVID-19, today we are confirming that all day of launch sales will be conducted through the online stores of our retail partners.
Oh.
No units will be available in store for purchase on launch day, November 19th or November 19th. So 12th or 19th, sorry. Please don't plan on camping out or lining up at your local retailer on launch day in hopes of finding a PS5 console for purchase. Be safe, stay home, and place your order online. Gamers who have pre-ordered for pickup at their local retailers should be able to do so at their designated appointment time under the retailer's safety protocols. Please confirm the details with your local retailer. Special thank you to our entire community for your continued support this year. Here's to the next generation of gaming." I absolutely applaud Sony for this, but they're going, and because honestly, we know how many people would show up at stores, camp out. We know people aren't social distancing, so they're going to cram in together. Depending on where you're at, most people aren't wearing masks, so the potential for COVID is fierce. That being said,
I kind of think this was the kind of announcement we were owed for pre-orders originally, though.
I think
yes, I will. But
Yeah.
here's where I disagree with it, though, is because by doing it online now, some retailers like Walmart has said they're going to do it in batches, 4 times throughout the day.
Yeah.
But to your point,
Oh, which is
exactly what
nice.
you said is bots.
Bots.
Bots are going to snap
That's
them
it.
up.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
If it's not a bot, then it's going to be a DDoS, and there's going to be a massive overhaul on the
many options.
server, where it's just like,
yeah. Here's my thing, though. I get it, but also at the same time, is you can't have that many people lining up when you've got stores that are trying to give out the consoles to the people that have already paid for them. You're going to have people lining up for it. I think also maybe this keeps the customer safe, and the fact is that you're going to have just the ones that have already pre-ordered it going in to pick up their consoles and not having to walk out of said store with people that, frankly, right now, at least in the U.S., some places around the world, like London, right, they just went into a straight lockdown as of today for up until December 2nd, I believe it is. They can't do anything. So, like, Game, which is their primary retailer, is coming up with a different system on how to get consoles to everybody that have already pre-ordered.
Okay.
They're going to maybe try a courier system, something like that, but they're trying to figure out a way to do it. But here in the States, everybody is already on edge. Everybody's already stressed out. I could see something stupid happening at a GameStop or a Best Buy because everyone's lined up, and we're already on edge. So I mean, I give Sony props for letting everybody know a week ahead of time. Just this is the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
And also too is with like GameStop, for instance, it helps them out because you're not going to have people constantly calling the store going, "Do you have them? Do you have them? Do you have them?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That
Even
is.
though still half of them are still going to be calling, but
A lot of them are still going to call.
I agree with Matt that the whole Sony thing. I think the Sony move is the right way to go, despite. I mean, bots are most likely going to get all those consoles, and a lot of people.
I think it'll be up to the retailer.
Have to go third party.
I think it'll be up to the retailer to actually help control that. Like if they put in a stipulation in their servers that it's only 1 unit per order type of deal, it will at least lengthen the bots some.
No, I mean
per
it's
resident.
still no, it's still gonna the bots are still gonna get around that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, but
like,
I mean, but
absolutely.
it still slows them down if they have to work through 1 unit per over and over and over again.
I
Right.
Well,
At least
what
that
they
gives
should do,
some sort of shot
Someone
for
a
people.
chance.
yeah,
Yeah.
what they
Yeah.
should do is definitely have like a 20-step process in order for them to actually
yes.
buy it.
Or
You
if
know?
they throw in the verify I'm a robot thing
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
at every
Captcha.
single page.
yeah, no, because
Yes.
to be quite frank, you know, like the only reason like I saw recently, or it wasn't recent, but like that a Metallica show sold out within 5 minutes because all the bots took all the seats from it for like the base price of, let's say, $100, you know. But then they went to re up it for like 225, 230, and stuff like that. You know, so the bots, they will just nonstop like go through. So I do feel that if we have like a 20-step process, or if you have to have like literally, and I hate to say it like this, but if you have a social security number, you know, you're limiting you to that social security
Something.
number. Like it's something obscenely like specific, because
Right.
yeah, a bot will just make, you know, like 10 accounts in 2 seconds and
Or maybe they need to
buy
take
all
a
10.
page out of the guys that run the stuff for San Diego Comic-Con with those tickets. Like I've never actually heard of bots actually grabbing San Diego Comic-Con tickets, and that's like the hardest thing to get. Like it still sells out
Yeah,
in 10 minutes, but
Yeah,
like
but
still.
that's the problem, because that now you're dealing with
So-
a raffle to get into another
raffle still
raffle.
works, man.
True.
Yeah, I mean it's a lottery.
I mean,
It is a
it's still
lottery.
the same. I mean, it is online. That is true. That is the
You know, I
a
like
fair
that.
way.
I like that idea. Is kind of do it like Sony did with the PlayStations for the pre-orders. Is you go online, you submit your email address. If you get the email, you have say 15 minutes to get online and go buy it.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
that
that's solid.
kind of gives like a kind of a background check in a way.
Yep.
I mean it
Yeah.
requires a physical type of
There you go.
follow-up.
And
Yeah, I
bots
like
can
that
go
idea.
online and submit as many email addresses as they want to. It's still just going to be, you know, one email. And I think also too is it needs to be one per household.
Yeah.
That they're
I
allowed to
think it
order.
should be.
Forget doing one single console per order. It needs to be one console per household if they're going to do it like this online. That gives
Especially
everybody
for the
fairness.
first, first
Yeah.
shipment, or first or
Like
couple,
IP
first
address.
couple shipments.
Yep.
They
Single
should
IP
do it that
address.
way.
Well,
agree.
IP addresses, you know, can be masked, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
People using
VPNs and
VPNs
everything,
stuff
but that's
like
an
that.
effort.
But and that's where a lot of these bots are. I mean, they're VPNing. I mean, that's how they're getting
Yeah,
around
true.
some of the firewall stuff. So,
True.
but I think, you know, when we talk about Comic-Con and stuff like that, before we kind of talk about what we're looking forward to for next Thursday with PS5, is how do you guys envision us getting back to normal if we get back to normal? Because we do know here in the States we had another day of record cases. You know, had another day of 100,000 plus new cases
Yeah.
in the U.S.
Yeah.
It's climbing around the world. Like I mentioned, England's gone into lockdown. Now you look at places like Australia. It's the first time since May that they had 0 cases reported. They just went into lockdown again, not too long ago, and it seemed to work. So how do you vision us getting back to normal? If we get back to normal, what does normal look like for us?
Look at that. That moment of silence already
Yeah.
just like
It-
what
mean,
is
like it's
this
hard to
normal?
imagine. Like I can't even
It literally
imagine like how
I mean,
close
a
it
year
could
ago.
even
it's not
end.
hard to imagine, but it's hard. I think it's hard to
It's hard to
imagine
fathom
us,
right now.
us
Yeah.
getting back to that, because I really think, like, my kind of take on this, I think a lot of people are going to be kind of impacted by this, especially having to stay inside for so long.
Yeah.
And all these restrictions, and the fact that I think like masks, antibacterial spray, all that is going to become kind of a normal items people are going to carry around. I think for a
that we're
while.
constantly going to be scouring store shelves
Yeah,
for.
and I also think they're going to be part of like everyone's going to have them in first aid kits now. Like it's going to become a normal.
Yeah.
That's a normal item thing.
Mhm.
And I think it's just going to get tough for people to get back to like. I think showing, the like
Yeah.
physical, handshakes, all that. I think it's going to take time for us to get there.
But
And
to a certain extent, I kind of think that benefits the world to a certain extent, where
Yeah.
like
I
everybody's
think so too,
being
because
conscientious of their health. Like I
Yeah.
would say that there are certain parts of the world, probably namely USA, is little lax with things, and we're definitely prone
that's
to
exactly my point. I think
getting stuff.
because all of these new things that I think people are going to incorporate, it's going to take us time to kind of figure out what our normal is now.
Let's
Mhm.
broaden it out there then. I mean, so to Jerry or to Theo's point is he did say the U.S. we're kind of lax, which frankly we are in a lot of
We are.
places.
I totally
in the
agree.
in the U.S. they don't want to wear masks because they think it's against their civil liberties to wear masks to protect everybody else.
Because they also think,
so
because we
have
also have
problems.
people who think the COVID virus is not real.
Which is
Yeah.
kind of funny. I
That's
saw a
also
tweet
what we're
about that.
fighting.
They're like, "Hey, now that it's November 4th, can we stop talking about like this, this virus that's a hoax?" Yet
Mhm.
on the same day that goes out, it's reported that we had 102,000 new cases of COVID.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, hoax that. But let's broaden that out, right? You look at, let's talk about Gamescom, which is generally over in Germany. They haven't had the cases that we do.
Mm-mm.
Do we think they're getting back to a little bit more of normal with conventions, much like maybe Tokyo Game Show, which in Paris, because Paris hasn't had the cases we have, Tokyo hasn't had the cases we have. Do we think that maybe the rest of the world returns to their game, their conventions before we do?
Oh,
Yes,
most definitely.
wholeheartedly.
Oh,
Most
I
definitely.
absolutely agree with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that also like it's going to restrict a lot more with us, just because of like we're the leader, we're number one. So having said that,
Number one in cases, we are.
yeah, we're number one.
So I mean,
Yeah.
like even with the example of Paris probably getting back to conventions
Yeah.
before us, it's like they for I don't know, like hundreds of years have never had drinkable tap water. They are always doing bottled water. There's always cleaning to the like.
Mhm.
You would think that a city that can't have drinkable tap water would be dirtier than the USA, but here we are.
Yeah.
Um,
It's
Do
just
we
the
get
resources just being allocated
Yeah.
differently, and I get I question it, but at the same time, like them having their conventions versus us having our conventions. Not gonna lie, like our conventions are quite like what the heck,
Do we get E3?
It's no,
Do we get E3 next year?
not in US.
I think that's a long shot. I think it's a long
It-
shot if we get
Yeah.
it.
To a certain extent, do we really want an E3 with how it's been?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
So here's my thing: is I wanted to see how they were going to reinvent it.
Like I want to go.
Okay, that's fair.
Like,
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean,
Regardless,
But I
definitely give them a
think,
chance to improve.
I think in this day and age, though, post-COVID, I
Mhm.
think they need to trim back how many people they actually allow in.
Yeah.
Do you think it might go back to industry only and media only?
I
No.
can see it going back to maybe 3 years ago, where it was industry and media only with that 10 to 15,000 gamer pass.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that
trim
only came
back
on the
the
last
gamer
day.
passes, because frankly, last year we were packed in like sardines in a lot of areas,
Oh my goodness.
especially
to be
over
perfectly
where
honest, yeah,
like Cyberpunk was and Ubi
I
was.
think I think our other questions for E3 are where is it going, because I mean it has a full year to figure, like they really should be think tanking this right now and figuring out
They
what they're
should,
going to
yeah.
do, and because they really should extend more days and at least have maybe 2 extra days for media.
No, just
and
one.
Just one.
No, just
Okay.
they need to extend it one more day,
Yep.
And have like the Gamer Pass be not
more
exclusive.
exclusive.
Yeah,
I
like
think it should be
either more
limited.
exclusive, but like the media and all those should have at least 2 days solid, and then
Are you
To
thinking
themselves,
what
yeah.
go like
That's what I
say
mean.
maybe Monday, Tuesday for media, and then Wednesday, Thursday, everybody goes?
all because we know from previous years that media and
Yeah.
news have just a lot more priority for obvious
Mhm.
reasons.
Yes.
And,
You
Yeah.
know,
and in your scenario, would you still end up having like different hours between the gamer pass and the industry passes too, or would you just lump them together?
I would still lump them together on the Wednesday and Thursday if we're going to go that route where media gets Monday,
2 full
Tuesday.
Dedicated days. Okay.
Two
I think
dedicated
it would be a
days.
staggered. I think it would be a staggered, maybe 1 or
Um,
2 hour difference. That's
Mm.
it.
I mean, I
Okay.
wouldn't be opposed to media being, say, all Monday, and then like half the day we have the morning all to ourselves, and then in the afternoon
on Tuesday.
on Tuesday the gamer passes can come in for like 4 hours, right?
Mhm.
And
Get
then Wednesday, Thursday, maybe let the media start say 2 hours earlier than the Game
Mhm.
Pass, and then
Yeah.
Thursday's the free for all day.
gradually move up to where
Um,
like at least one day the gamers
and
have like
and
most
that
of the
pains
day
me.
to go on.
It pains me to say that give us the morning because COVID. God, we work so
Yeah.
hard, to be considered part of the media, right? With
know.
podcasts and everything
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
we were going to have
But
those media passes.
Still haven't we
It's
still haven't
it's okay, man.
experienced
But
the
you know what,
spoils,
though?
man. But
But we'll get
that's
there.
just a bonus.
We'll
We'll
get
get
there.
there.
It's a
And
bonus.
We,
you
I
know?
mean,
for everybody,
it's
when
a,
we do get
it,
there, it's
it kind of happened. It was just taken from us because of
Yeah.
COVID.
COVID.
It was there.
that's true. It was there. We had
It
it.
was there. We had the emails that said,
Yeah.
"Hey, you're approved."
Ugh.
But other than that, though, like
Yeah.
other conventions, I feel that they are going to definitely have a lot less
I think we don't
showings.
get PAX.
Like, well, I think we're still going to get a lot of them, but a lot of them are going to be more geared towards the smaller companies. They're going to be
Okay.
big conventions for smaller companies because, like, let's be real. Like, if, like, for example, Riot is a major company that puts out League of Legends and it has a bunch of other smaller games inside. It was like
Mhm.
one of the main people at PAX for the longest time, and then they're like, you know what, we don't need it anymore because we've grown so big.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe Ubisoft or EA. Like, I know Matt's favorites companies have
EA? No. You know how
have
much I bash on
There's a
EA.
little sarcasm. There's a little.
Dude, give me a Mass Effect trilogy already. I mean,
but like massive game publishers are going to be like, hey, you know what, like we don't need to be
well,
there.
case in point though, EA is the first one that did that, right? They took
Right.
their booth out of
Yeah.
E3 and did EA Play.
Did their own show, yeah.
Did their own
show.
thing,
Did
and
their
they
own
still
thing,
continue to
and
do their own thing.
it's slowly there's going to be a lot more
Microsoft did it.
quote unquote smaller conventions, but focused on certain developers,
I would love to see.
series.
I would love to see E3 evolve to the point where, we know. Honestly, I don't think Sony's coming back.
No.
I don't.
No.
Yeah, I agree.
Not with
I
the
would,
PlayStation play, like PlayStation.
I would love to
Experience,
see
yeah.
E3 evolve to the point where we get way more indie developers at the show.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
Because
Like,
That would be great.
that's the one thing that PAX does have over E3 is that you get
Oh, such a
more face time with
huge,
the indies.
yeah.
huge section of indies compared to E3.
Actually,
Well, like-
that could be its new like niche. Like, dude, E3
No,
is like
you
the home of the indies now. Like,
Well, no, because
not
you're still
really.
gonna have. Here's the thing: is you're still gonna have Nintendo there. Nintendo is
Mhm.
always gonna show up to E3.
yeah,
They've
but
been there
I
since the
mean,
beginning.
like a dedicated floor
I-
to just indie like titles or indie companies. Like that would.
Well,
Yeah,
I
that'd be
think
that'd be
over
nice.
there,
Because
I think
E3
where
only
getting
ever had
bigger.
that little corner before.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
getting bigger, but it's not like PAX big, or it's not like
I say put them over
other
by Nintendo.
conventions.
because Microsoft is over at the Microsoft.
Give them the
Theater
other
now.
half of that hall. Give them the other
Because
half of
that hall was
with
dead.
Nintendo.
Outside
Yeah.
of Nintendo, that was like complete waste of floor space.
Wasn't it like a quarter of that hall was that esport thing that nobody was sitting at? That we
You
like
had-
kind
yeah,
of
you
just
had a
chilled
quarter
at for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you had a quarter of it as
I took a nap.
esports. You
Yes,
had
you did.
I took a
Dude,
nap.
Jerry, you take a nap in the car. Anyways,
Yeah, but yeah,
but then you had that other like sliver of for VR right on the other side of Nintendo.
yeah.
And then there was just miscellaneous just stuff. Like, I mean, you had what was it? GameSpot had their little live filming stage and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
honestly,
There was a few filming
rework it.
like IGN, GameSpot.
yeah, rework
I
it
think-
and
yeah.
put a
I
ton
know
of indie
Twitch
stuff
was there. Yeah, but I think we were commenting like, dude, like this is bare. Like
Mhm.
Even over
walking
back
around
in
Nintendo, and then but getting to I
Mhm.
remember getting to that esports stage, and like walking around like it's like no one really cares about all this, but this is all
Yeah.
real estate like just really not
open.
being used.
And I say don't charge them as much to be there so they can have an opportunity to come in, because a lot of
Yeah.
these small indie studios are 4 to 5 people and that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to look at the company that made No Man's Sky. That was like 6 people. Originally built No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Super Meat
I
Boy was
think
only done by
more and more
2.
people are
Yeah,
way
and there's-
more
yeah.
interested in any mobile or downloadable like indie, and would much rather like give
And
their email or
I-
get into the ground floor with
think-
the indie developers.
think
be like,
you
dude, I
wanna
want
put
to
it-
back it.
You want to put them over by Nintendo too, because Nintendo, I hate to say it, has taken over completely
A
as the
lot
home
of
for
With
indies.
indies, yeah, I
Um,
totally agree.
Because
That's
you
a good
have
idea.
Vita. The Vita was a place for the indies,
Mhm.
and then it's gone poof and it's gone away.
Yeah. Which I still think is a mistake. I think there's still room for the Vita in
No.
the marketplace.
Jerry, why
I
you
do
wanna- why
I
you
do
wanna
want another
match things?
PlayStation. I do
I'm
want
sorry,
a
I'm sorry,
portable
dude,
PlayStation.
but honestly,
I do want that.
with what I like, the ideas and a lot of concepts that have gone out,
Yeah.
like there's something there. There,
I honestly,
I still
I
like
like the form
that.
factor.
I like that concept that Jerry came across, the one that had the DualSense with the screen,
Mhm.
and
yeah,
making
yeah.
that into the new like Vita, that you have crossplay, but you only need your PS5 and the
Well,
DualSense, but it
Jim
becomes
Ryan's
like
already
the new Wii.
said they're going away from that. There is rumors of the Switch Pro having dual screen
Oh,
for the next
yeah. Oh,
iteration.
really?
There's different
Interesting.
rumors coming out about that, but I think that the Switch has gotten such a hold on the indies, though. I mean, because it is fairly easy to get on there. Everything used to go through Kirk Scott. Now I don't know who the head of indies is at Nintendo right now, but
they're killing. the
you
game.
don't see a lot of indies
They're really
coming out
killing the game.
on PlayStation. You don't see a ton of
Mhm.
indies on Xbox.
No,
Um,
and the mark like as soon as the Switch came out, the market blew up.
and I think
Because
for
more
me,
and more kids and more like teenagers, that kind of market, especially around when they came out with the Switch Lite,
Yeah.
so many people were going for indies and just downloading and going digital. Like, yeah, I mean,
Yep.
the market's
Yeah,
huge.
and I still have to give props to like the other conventions that really highlight indies, like PAX, because I feel like
Mhm.
the last time that I went to PAX was the primary place that I got interested in particular indies, because they showcased them so well.
Absolutely.
When I last went, that's when Contrast came out. I'd never heard of that company ever. For the makers
Are
of
you talking about
Contrast. It's
Contrast,
such a good game.
the launch
game.
game for PS4,
I don't.
where you move in and out of the shadows.
Yeah, you switch in the shadow. Yeah, I don't think
Such
it
a
was
good
the launch
game.
but
I
yeah,
need to go
it's
back and
such a
finish
good
that
game.
one.
It was such a good indie company. They were so chill to talk to, but they were like in such an equal spot, really.
Yep.
To Ubisoft and EA there at PAX, and it was just so well done.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's definitely like when we come back to the conventions, like that's what needs to be pushed.
Even
more and
then,
more.
right? Think about all that real estate that was over by Warner Brothers. right? When we
yeah.
went to
Think
go look
about
at
just
Lego, it was like
Warner
just
Brothers.
Yeah.
empty, you know.
Like
I mean,
It used
yeah,
to be
Warner Brothers.
used to be huge, massive lines for the theaters for Warner Brothers the year before that we went.
I mean, frankly, they had Mortal Kombat and
It was
Lego,
that Lego Warp Time.
Lego Star Wars.
thing.
Yeah, they didn't really have a ton this year.
No.
But you know, and
Well-
also at the same time too, like yes, you do pay for the space, but at the same time, like if that space is not being used, like come on, like
Yeah, I definitely think that the runners of E3, the ESA, definitely need to like reevaluate the space, like how they use it.
Yeah.
Like I would almost say like is with how it was spread out, like the amount of space that's wasted, split up media and Game Pass. Use the main hall for Game Pass, guys. Set something up for media and the companies for like ESA. Make
I don't know.
something.
I love
Make
those big
positions
Nintendo
for
booths,
media.
though. I love Nintendo
No, yeah.
booths, though. And
Definitely have that for the Game Pass, but I mean like for like
Heck
the
no, I
media
want that as
showcases
media.
and everything.
I want to be media.
this man,
I mean,
Yeah, that was the whole like
but
No,
that was the whole thing right there.
no,
That was
I
the whole
think-
motivation. But yeah,
I don't necessarily think that splitting up's a good thing though, because then, as a media person, right, you see all these guys coming out, these the gamers and stuff coming out from trying a demo. You can always ask them on the spot, hey, what did you think, right? So if you're having them segregated, you're not going to really have that in the moment type question. Like we could have asked right then and there, right? Hey, what did you think of
Exactly.
Final Fantasy VII?
Yeah.
What did you think
Yeah.
of
You-
Watch Dogs?
But I mean,
whatever.
with segregating, it doesn't necessarily prevent you from that. I'm just meaning with like the one-on-one talks with media and
they already have that
the
though,
company.
yeah, they already
at
have
the
those.
booths. So like
Yeah.
at Square Enix, right? When you walk up to where we embarrassed Jerry, in there are the one-on-one meeting rooms.
Yeah.
When you walked
Mhm.
by Nintendo, right, you had those check-in desks, and behind there where you could have the one-on-one meetings with
But that was still on
Scott.
EA to make that happen. It wasn't ESA.
ESA. Well, no. So that was like Nintendo and all that. They had their booths already set up for that. So you have that in that space, right? You have that
Yep.
media-only Ubisoft, right? It was on their media-only entrance was on the side facing Square Enix.
Mhm.
And you actually
Right,
go
yeah.
in and stand up above everything. So I don't think I think segregating it,
But I'm just saying because like that was up to the companies to make that move. Whereas like the indie companies don't have that
Mhm.
full-on opportunity, or some of the smaller ones that can't quite afford that space to have a dedicated media. Media
that's why
area.
the indies should have their own space, like kind of like
Correct.
you remember like artist alley at Comic-Con, Theo.
Oh my god,
there should
my
be-
bread and butter. Oh,
Yeah, but there should be
I dropped
like
so much
an
money
indie,
there.
just a full section of indie where like you can just interact with them and
A lot of well,
just
They
have
do
let them have
have
their
that.
own section.
they do have it at E3.
But
it's just
but
nobody's
more of a
there.
predominant
It's
space
small.
and yeah, but just
No,
more
it's
need a
there.
showcase
space.
It's
space.
large. It's a
Mhm.
it's a
You need
large
showcase
section of the
space.
back space. It's a.
But that's the thing is though, they get like the indies as it sits right now. What does get allowed in at E3 is put off in the corner.
Yeah,
It's like they
in the
put
That's what I'm
baby
saying.
in the
They should
corner,
have a
baby
more
ain't coming out of the corner.
predominant
Um,
section.
Granted,
be,
some things that they allow in there do belong in the corner. Talking about
Yeah.
Naughty America VR that was there that one year.
I don't even understand why that was.
So
I mean,
weird.
I get it. It's a
That
trade
was
show for
creepy.
video
That was
games
also kinda
and
creepy.
software association.
especially the people waiting in line to get in. It was creepy.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it was weird.
as we look forward to kind of what with PS5 coming out, what are your guys's most highlighted items that you're looking forward to with the next gen forthcoming? I know Jason and Theo, you guys don't have your systems yet, but what are you guys looking forward to both in games and the tech?
I'm really excited for the DualSense. I've seen a number of reviews of the DualSense, and talking about the haptic responses and everything. Like I really want to feel that in my hands and just like how amazing that is.
Sidebar, the reason why my Neutrino One video isn't out yet is because I'm adding a PS5 unboxing with the controller. And I have to tell you,
Slacker.
Jay.
Okay,
Actually,
I
but
deserve
hold on,
that.
Jerry.
But I have to
Hold
tell
on.
you,
Jerry, you're not as big of a slacker as Jason.
Not at
So,
all.
I am
But-
still
good.
waiting on pictures.
oh,
went and-
Yeah, I have not opened up the website in
Oh my
like
God.
I kid
So-
you not a few
Oh my
weeks.
god, dude!
Jerry, hold
At
on. I
least.
went back and looked at when he first wrote the article.
Finished article in one sitting, by the way, except
Finished
for
article.
pictures.
June.
But you just-
I do feel like there's been a number of shows that Jason has said like I'm gonna get you those pictures.
I'm gonna get you those pictures. Oh, and by the way, don't worry, I'm gonna get you those pictures.
I
Tonight.
got you. I
Trust
got
me.
you. I'll get those pictures. Oh my god! Like
So anyway, I wanted to add it to the video.
Well, do Neutrino 1 separate, do PS5 separate, and
no.
No, because the unboxing of a controller is so quick. That's like I'm just gonna add it to the video.
So it can still be a separate
Do it
video
separate.
though.
Yeah, but it's
You
so
can have a 2-minute
short.
video. It doesn't have to
It's
be
so
2-minute
short
videos.
though.
I
Okay,
did-
fine.
Okay, how often
I'll
do
separate it
people
then.
really watch
Separate it.
15-minute YouTube videos? Like I definitely go for the 5-minute
No,
ones
that's-
Yeah,
more often.
you
That's
want
very-
you want
Dude,
the in and out, sir.
Okay.
You
my
want the in and
fixture,
out.
I'll separate
it.
S1, my fixture S1 was like 4 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was
Short and
4
sweet,
minutes
to
too
the
long.
point.
No, I'm just kidding.
Really?
I'm just kidding.
You want
No,
me,
but
want-
seriously,
hey Austin,
like
I know you listen to us every once in a
Oh
while.
my god!
You're
Clearly,
gonna be
it
able
was
to. You're gonna be able to
I really am
basically
sorry,
hit
though,
Jerry
Austin. I
upside
was
the
just
head
kidding.
next weekend when we see you.
especially that like I'm most likely going to have my Switch fixed like with me because I honestly take it everywhere now.
Yeah, remember
But,
it's the fixture S1.
The fixture X1. But okay, so back to it. I have to tell you, I predict that Sony is going to get a lot more praise on their controllers this year. I think they're going to be the kind of the front runners for possibly
every
the better
review,
controller because it feels really good. But the other thing, it depends on the hypersense or the haptic and the hypersense, all of that working. And I would say that it would rival Xbox's controller.
So the Xbox controller doesn't have any of that really. Doesn't have that
True,
DualSense stuff.
but
And everybody, all the big reviewers that have had hands-on with the Xbox and the PlayStation 5, they have said that the DualSense is the most next-gen item out of all of it. We're talking SSDs. We're talking, no load times, fast resumes, all this stuff, right? Everybody's been saying, though, it is that DualSense controller that is the most next-gen thing out there.
Yeah, a lot of people
now-
are saying like this feels what Sony promised and what
Now,
like
Sony
next
did-
gen is supposed to be.
Yep. Sony did come out and say though that you are able to turn off the rumble, that DualSense feature and the haptics for those that have hand issues. Which is, I think, is fantastic because that was one of my questions is like, are they going to be able to allow you to turn some of that stuff off? Because I play without vibration just because it bothers my hands when I play.
And it's also a pro tip for FPS is to play without vibration.
Correct. Now the other thing that Sony did come out and it came out this week, and I want to thank our friend of the podcast, Paul Rashinsky. He posted it about it, is that they're going to have a universal profile where you can turn on inversion. So every single game that you can invert your joysticks, it's automatically inverted for you. You don't have to go into any menus or anything like that. It's automatically going to be in there, which is fantastic for me because I play inverted.
Yep.
Weirdo.
You just do the y-axis inverted, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I do it flight sticks.
Up, down,
That's
left,
how
right.
I do mine.
Up, down, left, right. You weirdo. Weirdo.
It's okay. I play inverted.
No, I'm just kidding.
Once in a
No,
while.
that's the pilot. That's the pilot in me.
That's the pilot. It's the pilot side.
That's the Ace Combat, baby.
Ace Combat.
For me, it's usually depends on the game because, like, I know some of them inverted is native, to where you press down to look up type of deal.
If it's native, it's great.
I actually trained myself to get out of inverted because I think I just did inverted for XY as well. That's mainly for like arrow like
You're
shooting,
just a monster
but I just
that way.
I
You're
can't
just
do
a
it.
monster.
I am. I am. That's why I stopped. I stopped doing it.
So,
I taught myself.
Jason, what are you most looking forward to from a tech perspective?
Definitely no load times.
Mhm.
That's one of the biggest things that's always been my pet peeve. Like no load times and literally the ability to pick up and play. That's it. Those are my two biggest. Graphically, I don't expect much. It's just launching. You know, there's never been like, oh, like you can't showcase the full power. Well, no system has ever showcased the full power day one.
At
Until
launch,
the end
yeah.
of cycle
Yeah,
on
till
that.
like about 4 years into the cycle when we're about to when we hear
Yeah.
the new release of the next gen, that's when they're
And
like,
we're all
oh yeah, you
talking
know
about,
what?
oh
Max
man, I can't wait to
power.
get this slim version.
Yep.
It's gonna save
Yeah,
so much room on my
Right,
desk.
like they just
or
eliminated
the,
Last of
or
Us.
the pro version.
Oh yeah, the
Dude,
pro
did you-
version.
the more
I
the more
I have to
X's
try it out.
version, you know, like whatever.
Who has? I think I have it installed, but need to fire up Last of Us 1.
Okay.
I
Because
have it still
apparently
installed.
they patched it, and like the load times are next to nothing for it now.
Interesting.
Oh, really?
Really?
I haven't loaded
Oh,
it for
cool.
a while.
I need to test it out. But so real quick, before we
Wait,
move on to what we've been playing,
Last of
and
Us
kinda close
1
some
or
lists.
2?
One.
Oh,
One.
1.
The
Oh, really?
remastered
Yes,
or
the remastered.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
Remastered.
A lot of it's been prepping for PS5 launch, but
Yeah,
so real
but
quick,
I'm looking for that.
first game you're gonna play,
Spider-Man.
which one?
Remastered or Miles Morales?
Oh, man, I don't. You know what? I'm kind of torn because the moment the moment I saw it, I even texted Matt.
There's a reason why
the-
I've now flip-flopped on my answer with that one.
See the
Really?
they just
Into
announced that
the
one of
Spider-Verse.
yeah you get the
Into the
Miles
Spider-Verse
Morales
suit. Yep.
but if you look at the gameplay, there's like kind of like a delay,
It's a subtle nod to
another
Into the Spider-
just
the
like the
Spider-Verse.
movie, and it's
Mhm.
like the animation that came from the movie. So
Yeah.
like I would play the entire game with just
Yeah,
that
I
suit.
saw the suit. It looks really
Oh
nice.
my god, bro!
I'm torn
I don't
between
know.
Miles Morales
Okay.
and Astro's Playroom. Because
Okay.
I've been hearing
Now,
fantastic things about
I've been
Astro's Playroom.
seeing a lot of fantastic things.
A
And
lot
that
of people are loving it
really-
because it shows you everything
that
there is
DualSense
to
can
do
do.
with the
Yeah.
DualSense. Yeah.
Good sense, yeah. Now I heard that that's only coming stock with the pre-ordered models, right? Or is
No,
that just coming
it
stock
is-
with
No,
it
any?
is
that comes
straight
stock
up-
with the
Okay.
with the console.
Pre-installed on all of them.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so we don't miss out there.
everyone gets
Whee!
that.
Yay.
Everybody gets it.
Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that
So, Jason, what's the first
It
game
was
you want to
just
play
too
when,
cool.
if and when you get a PlayStation?
When
5?
I get a PS5, Jerry,
God,
I will more than likely because I don't like getting the first releases. It's just I don't know. I just don't have an urgent sense. Like I don't have an urgency to get it.
Why are we giving me shit? Why are we giving me shit then, bro?
Because we
Because
can,
he's your-
sir.
he's
Because
your
we
boy.
can.
It was the respect, sir.
I know,
No, but,
dude, it was in the
definitely-
moment.
I mean, come on,
Definitely
you
it'll be
stand,
right.
you stood next to the man when he got married.
Oh.
Damn! You gonna throw
Right?
that? I stood next to you and you got married. We gonna throw all that out? Dang, dude! All right, look,
Um,
I'm sorry, Jason.
but-
I'm officially.
It's okay. No,
I'm
I
sorry.
I
The
just
difference
bust your
is-
chops,
hold
sir.
on.
You bust your
Hold on,
chops.
boy. The
Bunch of
difference is I called you and said, "Hey, guess what? PS5 pre-orders."
Yeah, that is. Yeah, okay.
It's okay. You know, when I'm glad I
You
didn't have
dick.
anything.
Like that
Well,
hurts.
no, I'm just glad that I didn't have anything scheduled when we're meeting up with John. You know, just glad
Well,
about that.
a little bit to Jerry's defense, Matt did text a lot of us that the rumor was pre-orders going to be that day before the pre-orders went out.
That's right.
Did
And
give
I
us that.
utilized that.
It was like essentially a 30-minute
No,
warning.
no, that I'm like, okay, cool. But you know, I'm just glad that
Oh,
that
so
weekend.
that should ixnay me. Okay, Matt already.
Not
already
completely,
said-
dude.
Not
Not
completely, but-
completely. I'm just
So
giving
what,
a
Hey
little
man,
bit.
but hey
No,
man, so
but
there was a
responsible
warning.
this one
There was a general warning.
This one is literally 2 miles from my house.
I know. That's the one I went to. Yeah.
I was
And
on the
I
other
could've-
coast.
I literally
country.
could have biked there if I chose to.
He
know,
could've
I
walked, he could've
walked there.
ran.
I could have walked there.
He could have used that hair of his to swing like
No.
Tarzan. You know, it could have.
Yeah, I have
Let it
no
flow, let it
excuse.
flow,
I
bro.
took
Order,
Matt's
please.
I took Matt's warning and I I sat on it. I was lazy.
But
I
no,
waited
it's,
until the next day to look.
Yeah.
But
And I
definitely.
hold on,
it's-
and then I even text you guys and say, "Hey, rumor is new pre-order batches
Yep.
are going out."
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And that's
did.
when I already got mine. Yeah, I already got mine.
So
Probably
Just
that work.
So second warning, public. So,
Second
bro,
warning.
I mean, you've been warned before. I mean, you don't specifically need something from me. So, I mean, I'm just saying.
No, it's okay. It's okay, Jerry. You
No,
know
I
I like to
still
bust
feel
your
bad.
chops, bro.
No, I know. I
No.
still feel bad. I
I mean,
immediately went.
Jason, he still hasn't finished Final Fantasy VII.
No.
Okay,
But, you know,
that's on
one-
the docket now. Ghost
okay.
of
You said
Tsushima
it
is
was
done.
on. You said it was on
It's still on the
top.
docket. Yeah, it's on top. So
Yep,
it's
right here.
It's ready
Right
to
here,
go.
baby.
Ready to
And
go.
we
Right here.
haven't.
Oh, I saw you put something down first, sir. I saw something come down.
That was my controller. Literally, controller,
And,
Final Fantasy, ready to go.
I mean, it's not like you've had that much of an excuse this week. We haven't played COD all that much this week.
Man, I've been working. I actually have been working.
Hey,
Oh boy.
This is a little bit
Jerry's
of a
defense-
punishment
In
because
Jerry's
of
defense-
how many days I took off next week. Like,
no.
and I've been told that. Like,
In Jerry's defense
I'm
too,
gonna,
like
I'm
we
gonna
are,
need you to work.
we're
like,
we're
okay.
in holiday season.
Yeah,
We're in the
you're-
holiday season.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Like even us.
I
in
even
Costco
I said
are
like
just
this was my
getting
final the final days off I'm gonna request. They're like, yes, I know. So okay, gotcha.
Yeah, like
Loud
we
and
are getting
clear.
reamed. It
See, and
is-
I got
it
my
is-
I have my boss telling us to take personal days for Black Friday. So
Oh, wow.
Nice.
so
Oh,
it is
no. My boss knows to knows
So
that that's
for
a special day
us-
for me.
But it's like a free personal
But
day,
definitely,
right?
like,
you don't
to
have
get
to
back
use
to-
up any of your time.
so kind of
Oh,
right
no,
now
no.
we're on like the honor system right now because
Oh.
with this whole transition to our
Yeah.
new employer, all our PTO isn't loaded in correctly. So
God,
basically they said, hey, you get X amount of days. It's like 6 vacation days, 2 personal days or something like that. But
Okay.
so Black Friday with our previous company is a company holiday.
Oh.
So we already had, we just ran Skeleton Crew that
that's the
Thursday,
best
Friday.
rule I've ever heard ever.
So with the new employer, because we still support the old one, because the old one is a company holiday, we get it as the onshore folks that transition get it as a day to just take our personal day.
Sweet.
Oh wow.
So I will have a 4-day weekend.
Nice.
Nice.
I definitely won't get a 4-day weekend. So
I will
Unfortunately, it's
be
going to involve
reamed.
3 hours of driving one way and coming back 2 different days.
Yeah, that sucks. I usually
Mhm.
work the day before and possibly the morning of Thanksgiving, and then I,
Then me and
Didn't
Jerry
you have to
hit
work
each
the,
other
sometimes
You
work
know
the
what?
morning of?
Real
Wow.
quick,
yeah.
speaking of Thanksgiving, really quick before we move on to what we've been playing and kind of close things out for tonight. I want to give props to Walmart, Target, Best Buy.
Mm.
They are not going to be open on Thanksgiving.
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
None of this like
It's
early
called
Black
Black
Friday on
Friday.
Thanksgiving
Oh, yeah.
type of deal.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's thanks to the internet. We don't need the big stores don't need those hours anymore.
Well,
It's great.
Most of the online
No.
retailers have been doing month-long Black
Well, but
Friday.
if you notice,
anyways.
so,
Yeah.
like, GameStop had been moving further and further into Thanksgiving, and now it's almost like Blockbuster where they're open all day, which, I mean, Blockbuster I kind of get in a way when they kind of switched to that
Oh,
whole
when they
Thanksgiving
were.
thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of GameStop, did you hear about their TikTok challenge?
No.
Uh-oh.
So GameStop has a TikTok challenge for their workers that has a prize of getting to work more hours for Black Friday.
Wow.
Wait, what?
Yeah. The
What?
news story broke out earlier today that they would. It's some sort of TikTok dance challenge. It's all from the workers. They get overtime if they do it during their shift and everything, which they are supposed to do it during their shift and everything. But the winner will be announced, and the people that win for that store will be allowed to or be rewarded with working more hours for Black Friday.
The worst. The worst.
That's awful.
Okay, no, seriously. I just looked it up. It's on Kotaku.
Yeah.
It's a legit thing.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my
Oh
god.
wow.
I
That's
So
uh-uh.
GameStop challenges employees to TikTok dance contests to earn extra hours during Black Friday.
Why?
Man, that's sad.
Why do you want extra hours? Like,
The
I
company
mean,
has
I mean,
invited
for those
employees
who, I mean,
to
I would
submit-
consider it. I would
Yeah.
just
Hell no.
consider like, hey man,
This
I'm
is
not gonna
dumb.
dance.
No, this is
but I'll throw
completely
my-
out of touch.
I'll take some of the hours.
The company has invited employees to submit dance videos in the hopes of winning prizes that include extra work hours during that holiday shopping week.
Yep.
Be creative, rope in your team, and have fun with it. Don't worry, you can't look as bad as the event team does. Read the prompt on one of their employee contests. Stores are supposed to send their best red wine challenge videos. It's any dance routine set to UB40's Red Wine
Oh my god.
Oh
I
my
didn't know that.
god.
to the marketing firm. The winning store will then get awarded an Echo 8, an Echo Auto, a $100 Visa gift card, and 10 additional labor hours to use their. So actually, what it is it's not that they get to work extra hours. Is that
it's
the
just
store is going to be allotted
gonna-
more hours for staffing during Black Friday.
yeah,
Okay, so it
That's what it
benefits
is.
the store.
yeah.
And oh, okay.
You
All right,
still
I mean,
need the people to work it to have
True.
No,
those
no. I mean,
hours.
they're like, it's pretty much saying that you get like an additional
I
person.
mean, it's
to
not
work
like you're
there.
being forced to work hours because you won, at least, but you're
Um,
you're allowed to work
Sir.
more hours.
Sir,
But hold on,
in the
though.
retail industry, that
Mm.
is
This
that
is what you got to
a-
do a dance video too, though.
Yeah.
Oh my god, are we gonna do one? We should do one.
Please tell me you pulled this out of your iTunes library and not Google.
That was off of just the iTunes store, really quick. I do own UB40 on,
Yes.
you know,
But
Not
sir,
many.
in the
it was an
retail
old
world,
mix.
in the
It was-
real,
it was an old mix.
in the
But
retail
here's the deal,
world,
in the retail world,
all
though, more
hands,
hours.
all hands on deck. It is
Especially right
literally all hands
now.
on
I
deck.
mean, yeah, they're gonna want more hours, and I mean, it's still gonna allow them
Because
some overtime
as of
if they
right
go
now,
over. So
GameStop's hours are so trimmed down and lean right now. Is like store managers are working almost every day now.
Mhm.
So
But
Anyways,
so, yeah,
in my
Black
store,
Friday.
he actually tries to make sure that he doesn't work
I would.
as much.
Oh,
I'd be like,
he-
dude, I'm
dude,
gonna
nobody
delegate
wants
this
to work.
BS.
Oh, he
nobody
really
wants to
tried.
work it.
He really
I'm
tries
sorry.
to make it fair across all of his employees. He's pretty good.
Yeah,
I really like.
nobody
his
wants to work it. The biggest reason is because, like, imagine like Disneyland. That's
the
how
worst.
that's how big. Like, that's how many people come into like one spot.
Yeah.
I will never work
Yeah.
another Black Friday ever again.
Like, I had to work like
Ever.
last year. I worked Black Friday at Costco, and I kid you not, there was 8 of us just in the TV section alone.
I
Oh, okay.
participate.
I thought you were like
I
opening
do
the
not-
doors.
No,
Mm-mm.
just literally like
Yeah.
within maybe an eye shot, you would see like
Yeah.
12 Costco
Oh,
employees
wow.
because
Pe-
we
people
all we're doing
be
is just
grabbing,
loading 'em
just
up.
grabbing, loading up.
load it
I
up.
don't care
All right.
That's
if
right.
it's the
Jerry.
right item.
We know you haven't been playing Final Fantasy VII or Sekiro, but what have you been playing?
I've been playing being an adult, working
Life.
in the occasional, you know,
game of
the occasional
life.
COD, the occasional COD.
Wait. Why do you have to play an adult? I thought you were an adult, sir.
I'm trying not to let out my secrets here. Come on,
He's a Toys R Us
Dude,
kid.
come on, man.
He didn't get his.
Help
He
me
didn't
out.
get the
I'm a-
kindergarten diploma yet, dude. him
people
some-
when
give him
people,
some
people
credit.
finally look at me and don't see child, they see man. And then when I tell them I just spent $40 on action figures,
And then it's dropped down to man-child.
man child.
It's the
Instantly.
mystery of you, sir. You
Right.
gotta keep that mystery.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep that mystery. dude.
Oh,
Just
See,
you know.
I just wear it on my face with this
Yeah.
baby face, man.
But yeah, I like COD earlier this week, but really,
Mhm.
I've been stuck trying to clean up my room and trying to like get a little bit more organized and
right on.
just trying to.
Oh, it's
I mean,
been a
actually
few
really
weeks.
just-
It's been a few weeks. What's the update on the chair?
Oh, my new chair. I love
Yeah.
it. I absolutely
Okay.
love it. It's so great. I've taken many a naps in it.
Okay, again, you can fall asleep anywhere, so that
Anywhere.
doesn't count.
But like that's how comfortable it is. But yeah, I've just been trying to get a little bit more organized and kind of getting ready for
Yeah.
the move and trying to see what I can get rid of and just trying to
Nice.
hunker down and get rid of stuff.
Nice.
Lighten the load.
This week has mainly been Switch. It's been some Animal Crossing and some Paper Mario.
Nice.
I've been really enjoying Paper Mario. It's been pretty fun.
Jason, I don't want to hear Division, so you can just skip Division because
Matt,
Yeah, Lions
what
Mane.
what have you been playing, Matt?
I don't want to hear it.
what have I
either.
been playing? No, I'm putting you on the spot first.
So last night we rated Iron Horse and Dark Hours.
Oh my god, you suck.
So you know, my coworkers have roped me into it.
The fact that you utter those words anger me.
Sir, you know, yeah.
Anger me.
Other than that, I've been sleeping a lot, waking up early.
I love how nonchalant that just comes
He's like, I'm
out.
just gonna sleep.
Yeah, so like,
Sleep.
did a raid with my
Yeah.
friends, and then,
Slept.
man, I've been sleeping a lot. Just,
Yeah, just, you know.
Such a tough life.
it's so
Sleeping.
great. And
Oh,
I'd be
man,
like,
dude, you have no idea, man. Like,
sleeping a lot.
Like, I know you work really hard. I guess.
Yeah,
I know,
no,
but
but I just
it's
love,
the
like,
way it
it
comes
just
out.
rolls
It's
off the
like,
tongue,
ooh,
yeah.
I had to
Sleep, you
sleep
know.
so much.
you know,
So, I'll answer Jason's
Matt.
question then.
Yeah, what have you been playing, Matt?
Animal Crossing.
okay.
Uh,
Did you redo everything because it's
no.
end of Halloween? Not yet.
No. So all my Halloween decorations have been pulled down.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was
I'm
wondering,
actually
yeah.
putting in bridges now.
Bridges.
Mm.
So I have bridges to go across the water
Okay.
because I was realizing that I was not getting any river fish for fishing. It's because the way I had everything laid out, I had solid land pieces going across my water areas, so it considered them to be lakes
Lake.
Oh, so
or
no
pond
running
and not
water.
an actual river.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm putting in bridges so I actually have a
Oh.
full river now.
Okay.
And
Mario and
this
Rabbids.
county?
Oh, you broke out rabbits again.
Yes, I just
Okay.
beat the first world, so it's all I'm now moving on to the second world, which is very. It seems like it's very much got that Super Mario 3 feel so far, to it, where you had the grass world that you start off with in Super Mario 3, and then you move on to the Sarahala Desert or whatever it is, the desert.
Yeah.
World 2. That's the next area I'm moving to. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It is a great tactical RPG. It really is. I like some of the combat better in it than even say Fire Emblem, or Shining Force. It is a very well built tactical RPG that's got
something better than Shining Force.
Yeah. Jason.
What?
The animations are fun too.
Well,
aren't
I
they?
can tell you, Shining Force 2 ain't better than Shining Force 1.
Dude, both Shining Force are just amazing. You don't even.
Shining
have
Force
to
is
worry.
amazing. I will. The first one is amazing. It is absolute. It is my tactical RPG from the old era. More so than Final Fantasy Tactics and Front Mission. But no, I like the combat in it. If it does make you pay, if you make a stupid move and leave your guy out in the open, which is as it should. There is comedy in it, which is great. I've never played a Rabbids game, so this is my first real foray into really understanding the Rabbids, and it's hilarious. Ghost of Tsushima, I've finished off all the initial side quests you get before going out on the first real campaign mission to go get your allies back.
Nice.
So
is that still Island 2?
No, I'm on Island 3. I'm on Act 3 now.
Oh, cool. Nice.
I am full Ghost, so I cannot level up anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I have maxed out my leveling. I have all the abilities, everything like that. So it's just more collectibles, gain the new armor. The new update they did for it, where you can set up your charms based on the armor, is fantastic.
So much.
Oh, okay.
Because
such a great
have
innovation. Yeah.
Like my Ronin armor, I have all the stealth stuff layered into it. So the decrease
Oh, okay.
in
Yeah. Each
detections
build is
and
like completely different, which is so great.
Yep.
Like, yeah.
it's
And when does
absolute-
that update come out again? With that has the
Legends?
different 4 classes? Legends, yeah.
So
When's that
Legends
one
is already
going on?
out. Legends
Yeah,
is
that's
up
out.
and
Okay.
running.
Yeah.
I want to finish off the game first before jumping into Legends and stuff. Jerry and I have talked about actually jumping into Legends from a
Oh, cool.
multiplayer perspective and trying that out and see how it is. But
No, the question is like with Legends, is it take your character or is it a brand new character?
it's a new character.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
might. There's 4 of us, and
Yeah. And that's a full team.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
you
is it?
can
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
because you
Yes.
can choose between an assassin and like a
An
Yeah, there's
archer
4
and
classes or
whatnot.
something. Yeah.
yeah, there
healer.
are classes.
There's
and then
healer,
you
there's
can,
tank,
you can
there's-
customize
yeah.
your class and who you want to use.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I really
did
want to
you,
try it.
Matt, did you get the playthrough of the demo of Hyrule Warriors or no?
I have it loaded. I haven't had a chance to play it again.
Oh, I have to try
Oh,
that.
okay.
Honestly, a lot of the nights this week, I haven't played a ton after getting off work. I actually went back to my old schedule starting today, so that was kind of nice. I actually had more of an evening, getting off at
Oh,
4:30
nice.
instead of 6.
Sweet.
But honestly, this week has been more focused on everything going on election-wise. So,
Yeah.
Cool.
as we kind of close things out, guys, first and foremost, everybody, thank you for joining us and crashing game night with us tonight, especially during these times, these stressful times in the U.S. And around the world, for that matter, with COVID and everything else. Still, I still think it's very humbling, and it is a privilege to do this for you guys to hopefully lighten up your day in these stressful times, especially with what we got going on this week, currently right now with the U.S. election, COVID, and everything like that, guys. I can't stress this enough. I say it every single week. I've been saying it for now 99 episodes. Next week, we record
99.
100.
Can I get a 99?
It is
99.
99.
And now.
Episode 100.
99,
We
baby.
much like episode 50. This time around, it is the return of Newman.
Yes.
We will actually have Newman on the podcast. But ultimately, guys, I can't stress enough, though, please be excellent to each other. I think we need that so much right now.
Right now, please.
I've been kind of tweeting out different things, and like even, Alex Winter, who played, Billis Preston Esquire, has liked it as well. But we absolutely need to adhere to what that movie has 30 years ago, guys. That message was just be excellent to each other. Like we talked about at the beginning, rise up. Let's bring up everybody out of this hatred, this toxicity, be better. Let's get back to being humans, empathy, sympathy for everybody. But please be excellent to each other, and extremely with it, stay frosty.
That's right. Frosty. Get away from the cold. Stay in. Make some tea, some hot cocoa. Put a little blanket
All them
around
good
you.
feels.
Get
All
your
the good
snuggie.
feels.
Get all the good feels. Get it with your partner.
Get them
Your
fuzzy
loved
slippers. Get that
Your
that blanket.
your Netflix and chill, buddy. Whatever.
Some extra marshmallows for your cocoa.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But everybody, stay in, be safe. Pray that we get back on track as a country.
Yes.
And let's hope, against hope, that we can finally feel a little normal within the next couple of days. And let's hope for the best, because I think we need more of that. I think we need more hope in this world. Once again, show your support for Black Lives Matter, Me Too, LGBTQ plus, everyone. We need to be together on this, and we need to be safe and support each other. Just support each other.
Yep.
And be there.
Shout out to all of you guys. As always, thank you for listening. As Matt said, I'm just shocked that we're at the 99.
I know,
But
right?
I'm not, baby.
But overall, yeah, social distance yourself, stay safe. say what's up, say thank you to all the essential workers that are out there, military or like regardless if they are police, fire, essential worker, hospital, all those people. Like we are definitely we always take your thanks. You know, it's very hard to go in day out, and it's not we're not looking for that appreciation, but you know, like just show that like we are trying to take care of the other people as well. You know, just be courteous, be nice. It takes an extra 2 seconds just to say thank you. You know, that's what I always want to get out. But definitely stay safe, wear your mask, social distance. Shout out to all of you guys as well. You know, out in the fires, out in the typhoons, hurricanes, whatever natural disaster, because we're still feeling the after effects from the fire that's literally down the street. Well,
Yeah.
not literally, but just the next city over, and
30 minutes
we are,
away. Tops.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we are. It help everyone out. You know, like there's a lot of stuff going on. Be nice to each other and just say thanks. You know, it's
Yeah,
we're coming up to Thanksgiving. That's the next holiday. You know, then it's Black Friday. But please, the only thing that I have against everyone right now is do not play any Christmas music yet. Let Thanksgiving happen. I love Christmas music, but I love Christmas music in December.
There's
Lord
already
knows
houses
Walmart and
around
Target
me
don't
that
right now.
already have decorations up.
So
There are
to
houses
all
with
of you,
decorations up already.
that are listening right now to Christmas music, listen to it December 1st. Then you are fine.
Or at
You're
least just
listening.
listen to it on your headphones.
You are listening to
Friday.
it way
No,
too
Black
Keep
early.
it to
Friday.
yourself.
Day after Thanksgiving, moratorium lifts.
I'll take it. Black Friday, sure.
All right. Theo,
But
send us out.
Dad, just hold off 2 more weeks, maybe 3, on Christmas music. I'm already hearing some people playing it. I'm like, yo, you need to slow it down. Give
You're too much,
Thanksgiving.
Jason.
We need Thanksgiving music. We need Thanksgiving music.
Oh my
Theo,
god.
All right, guys.
my man.
Remember, be kind, don't hate, appreciate. Thanks for joining us. TTFN. Ta-ta for now.